it had all this like this black beauty, this natural black beauty, and then here are these light skinned celebrities that, well, Russell Wilson sounds like he's stuck in the sunken place, and Ciara hasn't been relevant since
Future. Get your shit off.
Since Future made about 3 albums about her.
Please, do we need to switch spots so I can just start being petty and hit the sound effects? Because, fam, like, this is what I really... Thank you. Please get into your shit. Why you do not like Ciara and why you are pro-Future. You are pro-Dirty Sprite. It is 96% coursing through your veins. Please, can we get this off your chest? This is why you really hate Russell Wilson. You always put it off on me like I hated Russell Wilson, and I only did early in his career. But you really hate Russell Wilson.
I just hate Russell Wilson because I feel like he is way overly politically correct,
and I feel like fatherhood.
And I feel like Ciara herself has somewhat become vastly overrated by osmosis. Like,
she hustling.
She definitely hustling.
She hustled through all the entertainers in rap and realized that wasn't going to get her anything. It just got her kids.
So she went to a football player.
She went to a lame. Because let's be honest, his girlfriend from Wisconsin, like, let's be honest, Wilson's a type B personality.
And I made a bad joke about her being the Paula Abdul of R&B.
No. You said she was way less than Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul has like 2 fucking hits. And I can't name either of them. And honestly, she has a third hit. It's Justin Guarini from American Idol.
Ciara has 2 major hits.
8. She has like
2
8
major.
Hits.
2
Bro,
major.
Like, I hope
1-2 Step.
I hope the Get Right is listening to this somewhere so they can roast your ass.
Goodies and 1-2 Step are her biggest hits. Those are the biggest mainstream hits.
Bro.
What hits are bigger than those?
Like a Boy. That was huge.
That wasn't a huge hit. That wasn't a mainstream hit.
What are you talking about?
That was an R&B hit.
What?
That was an R&B hit. That wasn't a mainstream hit.
You need to go back and look at that video.
That was not a mainstream hit.
I'm mad that we're having an argument about Ciara, but cool. It's cool. I brought receipts.
The same thing with Oh No. Oh No was a good song.
It was just called
Oh. Yeah, whatever. Oh was a good song, but it wasn't a mainstream hit. And what?
Ludacris? That was a hit.
Out of Control was a
hit. That was a bop.
That was a Missy and Fat Man Scoop carry song, but yeah,
it was a hit. Either way, it was a bop.
It was a hit.
It was culturally relevant.
And Ride was a hit, but it was like B+. I think that was a low time in music when we were just reaching for hits, because I remember Usher was popping off for Return on the same time. But yeah, we were just thirsty. That was when he did Daddy's Home and like whole yeah. But yeah, man,
Daddy's Home made me uncomfortable.
Off that whole tangent. Point is,
Ciara had other hits.
Okay.
Click on the Skype. There you go. Green button. There you go. Hey, caller. Can't wait to hear your beautiful voice. Who is? Wait, did you just hang up?
Just had a call in from Boston.
What's good?
Never mind, Andrew.
They called in 96 episode.
Hey, it's the Dodgers did it.
Really just slanted that when he called?
Did
you watch the parade?
Did you enjoy
the parade? Was our job. I walked past it.
So do you go to a break? Like,
did you beat up the guy?
No, just there are guys on the side. What can you do?
A Boston bum. That's rough.
Hey, Andrew. So
yeah, I did.
You New England and the game of so. So how are you looking the Boston sports? How do you compare?
They're really passionate. I mean, compared to here, like obviously I'm not a fan of the team, but they're passionate. Like, weird. I mean, their game out there was just as good as the sea. Out there, I was at Gillette in the tailgate. It was pretty legit.
A week, 10 years ago, because they're like lowest attendance. So we're talking like lowest.
I compare it to that. Honestly, like Gillette, tailgate, everything about. That's the location and stuff, but like, no, legit. Just the Patriots, like, they let you walk around the stadium. You get to walk around like the stadiums and all. So it's
wow. So you're in the group chat about Boston.
I
mean, I'm about playing the kick thing, but you're back to like stadium. Not T-guard in it.
What?
To do my Dodger Stadium, like Dodger Stadium's nice.
Wow, Dodger Stadium.
Love Boston, like
no.
I'm saying for seeing
Boston. I'm a Pleasantville fan. As a Boston hater, like halfback, like I mean,
He's for the job at the rear.
Oh, that's fine.
Still saying, I mean, like, I don't really know anything about sports radio and their topics, but I mean, it's a good time going about any game. It's been nice as a sports fan to actually know where, you know, care so much and it's so close to the and
we're going to get a journalistic team on how you think, but I just want to know there's like certain athletes in Boston, like I've raised like, and I was Goldbergs or legends out there, but like let's say like 4 million players like that's like how you know players when they look back on cats like that.
I mean, I might like view like the franchises and their history. There's definitely about, you know, you got an asset more suspects when you listen to radio shows here, and it's been a lot out there at this point, but I know him, but then you come into big page, and it's just contributions from the running back. Those guys, Sony Michelle got shit on so hard. I joke like those versions, just like you can pass, but like a hard time. I mean, talking about baseball, David Price and the Red Sox. Finally, I know he was trained. He's basically, you know, Kershaw, but I know they such a high man. It's just got some co-working and building black has been performing and right. So I mean, sports are not as bad. It's just like Banks and Gordon Hayward like fan favorites, and it's just like kind of thing. Like, you know, everyone loves Kylie in Boston. I think is going to play here, but it's like just the, you know, I don't want to say like in my but I mean, there's no different way the Outers is, you know, back in the text. So there's fans are very that's been kind of interesting.
Hey, we just asked going to LA.
Went to New Mexico.
You worked at Dodger Stadium. Looking food, good taco.
I think we know the answer.
No, I mean, I can't. No.
You saw that you trust.
We do have Easton next to the river, and Easton is pretty legit. They have spots, a lot of Colombian spots, like good Boston. And our coworkers never heard of Tapatio.
What?
Yeah. Work at, like, you know, your business, it's like this tower. Nobody's just across the river, Easton. It's like going to out here, fine.
Man, for those of you who don't, helped Andrew get by that. Andrew pretty much gave me and Kenny me a job. So.
Yeah, and me and Andrew bonded over the fact that we both liked him, but
honestly, man, this is a dude who pretty much plugged this game. We are.
He's the brain trust. Like, it started he's walking in, winning a contest at the Sundial.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Fuckers.
Yeah, well, back when we, you know, saying until 10 p.m.
12 p.m. Ungodly time. Me and you, coach, just a documentary made, and they're like, I'm sorry, we literally there till like 6 after they came back. 2 later. It all started.
I know. I guess we'll save the whole episode 100.
For sure.
You know, 100 through 100, the listeners know.
Hey, Kenneth,
really
can you wake?
Hey,
Kenneth, can you wake up and come to the new Let Me In?
Hey, man, but before we get wrapped up, anything to say? Anything?
I got one last question to ask you.
As far as getting off my, you know, there's some stuff I'll say for it, but I think all I got is, you know, I'm happy to hear you guys. You can say not this far, you know. Starting this off and at the Sundial, like, who would have known that got far, and you guys have been doing it so proudly. You guys keep this up every week. Sometimes wait a bit to hear that when it started, but you know.
You're calling us out.
Drew's low-key.
Yeah, no. I'm probably going to that up, but no, I'm just even a listener, so I'm happy to still be out here.
Market. From your experience in transition going from seeing kind of old media and new media with that, your experience.
Oh, it's funny. My girlfriend worked at the bus. We came out here and they went bankrupt. They moved out here. They sold to beaches, success papers, and
they own the LA Daily News.
Yeah, it's happening everywhere. But you know, kind of just seen it from there. She's still hanging around, but you know, things are changing. It's like I'm out here, you know, getting journalism right away, and it's honestly that's just going on. Some people are going to die soon, but it's to see broadcast, print, and magazine. Like it's really to see like a lot of passionate, you know, at least fans, and you know, it's crazy how it's transformed. I know in LA there's still a lot of newspapers trying to compare.
It killed me.
It's crazy, Boston, like. It's hard for a newspaper to survive, especially if you have an older crowd, people who want to and really don't know what's going to happen.
Are you interested in going through that same thing? Outsiders who are willing to kind of up, like, what would you like to take?
I mean, if I was out here, and it doesn't be out here necessarily from here, but I think I've seen it myself, and I was living here for a year. I think just that not writing was really like important. I think doing your craft, you gotta know, but doing your craft week now. Even if you take off like a month at a time and order like at that point, even if one person is reading a web page, even if like people are like important use content, me when you get better at a thing. So the boss or anywhere after working on your craft, like it's going. Nobody's out there really working at it.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for the words. Thank you for support. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being a fan, man. We love you. We appreciate you.
Thanks for being a family. We appreciate you.
No worries, man.
We're going to eviscerate them. I'm going to tear them a new asshole. I'm not going to lie to you.
But all right, man. You get some sleep. It's late.
Yeah, this 3-hour difference is killer, but appreciate
Stay safe.
You guys. Thanks for letting on.
All right, man. Peace.
Have a good one.
Yeah, so I was Andrew Martinez, our friend, our technical producer, programmer,
Facker, creator, yeah, like that coach on your shoulder.
The dude who can write his own title,
literally.
But yeah, man. So we thank him for coming in, dropping some knowledge about basically Boston and overall his experience in media. So shout out to him. But back to the NFL. We were talking about Halloween costumes and stuff like that.
Back to the
shits. Only other person I wanted to shout out was Juju for distributing candy as Michael Myers. I thought that was pretty cool.
Whoa. You're not going to talk about DeAndre Hopkins dressed up as a fucking avatar? That was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I didn't see that one, but that's
what,
dope.
Bro? You didn't see DeAndre Hopkins dressed up as a full-fledged avatar in
that's
all blue.
Dope. That's pretty dope.
Dog. You haven't... Man, let me show you this real quick. Keep talking. That one Halloween for me. Like, no. Like, he did it early. He's like, I'm an alien on and off the field. I'm like, indeed, you're right.
The other thing that happened this week on Halloween was the NFL trade deadline. Bunch of movement.
Bunch of scary shit happened.
Mainly, biggest thing was, what would you say was the biggest trade of that? I'll say it was HaHa Clinton Dixon going to the Redskins for a 4th round pick, because not necessarily because he's the best player that moved, but just from a value perspective.
They only got a 4th round pick for a guy who was that good.
And a 1st round pick? Oh, damn. This is amazing.
Yeah.
He's legit an avatar.
He looks just like him. And those are his natural locks, too.
That's crazy. And Gary Conley dressed up as Donald Trump in a big-ass blow-up suit. Looked like a emoji. That shit was funny.
Looked like he was in the I Love It video, but he missed the cut. He showed up late to call time. They said 5 a.m., motherfucker. You should have showed up at 5 a.m. You showed up at 5:30, and Kanye was already done.
But yeah, man, what was the biggest trade for you? Golden Tate was a pretty big move to the Eagles, but I feel like they just already don't know what to do with the offensive weapons they already have. So I don't really know how they're going to integrate Tate.
Oh, first off, I'm gonna get to that. That's a secondary point. The biggest trade was the Broncos trading Demaryius Thomas to the Houston Texans.
That was a big trade.
For a 4th and a 7th. And they swapped 7th round picks. But here's why. I'm gonna break down trade by trade. This first one, Denver, they're admitting they're tanking. They're doing a slow tank, slow rebuild. Because
that's pretty much what John Elway said.
John Elway, yeah.
He pretty much said, we're going to lose a little bit, but we're going to make it up in youth. I think that was pretty much his verbatim quote. So essentially saying, like, yeah, we're going to tank, but we're actually going to develop our young players. So, which actually makes sense because, number one, Emmanuel Sanders is kind of their go-to receiver, even if he's not the de facto number one. Yeah. He gets the most targets. He gets the most yards.
Like I said, Case Keenum can't throw deep. He doesn't have a big arm. I don't know why people kept saying he does. No, he doesn't. He never
Cortland Sutton, who I was high on and you weren't,
I was high on
actually
him.
Playing good.
You're full of shit,
He's actually playing good.
Bro, I was high on Cortland Sutton. I thought he could have been a 1st round pick.
We both were, to be honest.
First off, you don't watch SMU football like that.
I was higher on him than you.
Once you saw the combine, and you're like, oh, but I was like, no, he's going to be good. He just has to go to the right place. And I'm tired of these receivers wearing numbers and like under the number 17. The shit's nasty. 14 is an ugly number for a receiver.
So shout out to the Broncos building
Cody Lattimore got
SMU receivers.
Yeah, like I think Sutton is Thomas's replacement, and he's cheaper. Not as athletic, but he's still cheaper. But my problem is, you got rid of one of the best receivers in team history to a team in the AFC that is now a Super Bowl contender. They lost Will Fuller and got Demaryius Thomas. All they gave up was a 4th-round pick.